There's a reason why CNC Music Factory had a hit called Things That Make You Go, hmm. I'll give you 5 reasons to make you go, hmm. 1, speed. 2, technology. 3, comfort. Oh, did I mention speed? Speed. Well, that's more than 5. Ladies and gents, BMW's M5, not just any 5, it's the competition. Who's it competing against? Itself? Oh, let's get in the car, start this baby up and scare off the dirty pigeons. Not too sure about the color, but it is an M5 competition, so they could put this in any color and it'll still look and sound amazing. Love the diamond cut wheels. At the back, it's the big telltale factor. The front and the back design cues are M5, and M5 has always also been hot, aggressive, yet also slightly understated. But look at the back of this baby. Boom! Look at these exhausts. I found the strangest thing inside this car. On an M5, what in the name of all things BMW? That is so cool. Again, a Monday to Friday really fast sedan turns into a weekend mountain bike carrier. Put the trailer on the back, you know, the boat at the back, your in-laws in a little wagon at the back. Take them around town. I'm in the back of an M5, said nobody ever. Back of an M5. If you have to be, know that there's enough sufficient legroom for even the fattest, chubbiest person like myself. Maybe if you're a bit taller and you've got longer knees, I still think there's plenty of room here. I love these driver's seats. They are super comfortable. They are super kind of ergonomic. Love what BMW have done with these seats. This is a nice place to be. Blinds in the back here. Your friends don't recognize you as the person in the back of the M5 as opposed to the person driving the M5. If you are familiar with the BMW interior, this is no different. This is a great place to spend time. Carbon fiber pretty much dominates most M series cars, so it's an M2, M3, M4 with this the M5. Can't wait to try the M8. BMW, wink wink, nudge nudge. Infotainment system, well, everything you'd expect from BMW. Pretty straightforward layout. Again, touchscreen, and it has this little device in the middle where you can scroll between the menus using this dial feature in the middle. Again, all the options are there. They're also, you know, like I said, able to be accessed with your finger. The display is nice. This one comes with an optional head-up display. It's a great spec vehicle, this. So here's the party trick, right? The nice thing with BMW M's, and I don't know if it's in all the M's because I haven't driven them all. The M5, you can put the active exhaust on, right, in sport mode. And it remembers that it needs to be on the next time you turn it on, which means when you're collecting your kids and you get back into the car and you turn the car back on, vroom, mommy, listen to this beast. Music to my ears. Why would the world ever want to get rid of that sound? Why? I understand why. It's just, you either get it or you don't. It's beautiful, that noise. It's contagious. Do you like walking on the beach? Want to hold my hand? Let's go. Right, so let's talk numbers on this car. 2,380,000 Rand. Well, what does that buy you? It buys you an M5 competition, and it comes pretty decently spec'd, I can tell you that much. This is a 4.4 litre V8 that will shunt you to 305 kilometers an hour, should the Autobahn allow you, because you can't do that anywhere legally in South Africa. It'll get you to 100 in a shade over 3 seconds, and it packs 460 kilowatts of power, delivering 700 newton meters of torque. What'll that do? It'll do this with ease every single time you pull away from the robot, so it stops you. The nice thing about this F90 is it's got a different gearbox from the previous generation F10. That F10 gearbox, it was good, but not as silky smooth as this. This really delivers your experience through the gears on a day-to-day basis at slow speeds without fuss at all. Actually makes it a real nice car to drive on a daily basis. Another really great aspect of BMW's M5 Competition is the fact that if you've got the kahunas, and I mean you're going to need to have a kahuna like this, man, big kahunas, to be able to turn everything off when you can. You can change the X-Drive system on this, which is normally automatically in 4-wheel drive mode, to 2-wheel drive. You can also turn all the systems off on the car. But again, like I said, man, you must have a kahuna like this, man, kahuna like this. Because this car, let me tell you something, once you've turned all of that off, you put it into 2-wheel drive, you better know what you're doing. I really enjoy the steering in this car. It really feels connected in a soft way in everyday driving mode, in comfort mode. It's connected, yet doesn't feel, you know, overly sporty, which can easily be the case. Not so in this car. What I also enjoy about this car is if you need to, you know, you can dial in a sharper response from the steering. Not only a sharper response, but a little bit more of aggression in terms of feedback from the steering wheel, and you'll get that. I could see exactly where you'd want to use sports steering. Nice twisty road outside there, you know, of Cape Town. You'd want to tune in the chassis as well. The engine, well, it's a no-brainer. Sport mode, it just sounds great. With a 4-wheel drive system in this car, once you put your foot anywhere near a 1/4 of an inch down, 1/2 an inch down, all 4 wheels just hunker you down and propel you towards the horizon. It's a great feeling. It's an addictive feeling. Oh, in a world where the M could stand for a multitude of things like motorsport, for me, it stands for magnificent. BMW has delivered again. The BMW M5 Competition.